What is up, everybody? It's Steve here today, and we have some pretty sad news. If you are a fan of this company, Volition, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is shutting down. The developers who make the Saints Row games. It appears that the latest Saints Row is the game that flopped the company, or like shut down the company at this point, because they made a statement on Twitter, on social media, stating that the Volition team has probably created open world entertainment for fans around the globe for 30 years. We've been driven by a passion for our community and always work to deliver joy, surprise, and delight. This past June, Embracer Group announced a restructuring program to strengthen Embracer and maintain its position as a leader in the video games industry. As part of the program, they evaluated strategic and operational goals and made the difficult decision to close Volition effective immediately. So, pretty much, I mean, they go into more like sentimental stuff, but they closing the studio down, which is very sad because Saints Row was a fantastic franchise. I really enjoyed Saints Row 2 through 4. I didn't care about the spin-off games, like they had like the Gat Out of Hell, which is, I didn't care for that one. Or the Agents of Mayhem. And then the most recent one, which it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny PlayStation to give you this on their PS Plus for next month. The one actually shut the studio down, but I didn't care for this new one either. It was way too buggy. Like, once again, the wokeness. People didn't like the wokeness of this game. I didn't care about that. The major thing with this game was that it was super buggy, unplayable. You had to restart certain missions, several missions at that. Some data didn't save. Sometimes it was way too like chancy just playing the game, so I didn't like it for that factor of it, and the game just didn't do well. So the same thing that happened to the people who made the first Pokemon game, how they went back into Square Enix, kind of same thing with us. It's kind of like these games, they gotta really like do well with these games. They gotta sell well, or they just like the studio gets shut down. It's sad to see, but I guess that's how it is right now with these big AAA games or these major games like this. So man, it sucks. Like I said, it sucks once again. This was like the competition for Grand Theft Auto. Like the sillier version. I guess Grand Theft Auto was kind of silly, but this is like the more sillier version of Grand Theft Auto. So GTA pretty much has no competition at this point in this whole like crime, gang, or whatever you want to call it type of game right here. So I can't think of anything else that's like similar besides like Red Dead Redemption, which was like a Western style game, but a modern style game that's like that has a type of that type of genre. GTA is by themselves at this point, no competition, so it's not a good thing. Competition is good, and this is definitely a major competitor to that type of genre. So, but let's see what people got to say about this. Honestly, great game until they introduced aliens and whatnot. I didn't mind the aliens. They got super goofy with like, I think that was Saints Row 4 or 3. I think it was probably 4, but I didn't mind the aliens. I thought that was fun. We had the superpowers as well. I mean, I didn't mind that. The second they added superpowers to the game and marked the beginning of the end, they'll also have made Saints Row special. Yeah, a lot of people like the original, like super serious vibe with Saints Row 1 and 2, but I mean, I guess they kind of really just want to differentiate themselves from Grand Theft Auto to a certain extent. So, good riddance. Okay, people really just don't like that company apparently. Nothing but mid after Saints Row 3. Okay. RIP Saints Row. Man, there's a lot of people gonna miss this game. I mean, they're gonna miss this franchise. I'm gonna miss it personally. But it was kind of like, even when they did Agents of Mayhem, that spinoff game was not good at all. It was just like, the big selling point was you could play as Johnny Gat, but then other than that, it wasn't great. So I think the writing has been on the wall for a while now. It's just like we got the official announcement, but I think the studio has been dead for a while, especially with those spin-off games and then the most recent games. So it's kind of like we just get an official announcement, but this studio has been closed for a while now at this point, to be honest. Sad, but bound to happen. 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games ever. I never played the first one, so I don't know if it still holds up to this day, but I would say they could probably remake the first one, but I don't think that's going to be possible because the studio's shutting down. So I guess we will never see a remake of that one. Sad the reboot was the last product. Still thankful for Saints Row 1 and 3. This is a sad day for gaming. They made some banger games. Yeah, the Saints Row franchise was some great games. They had some great games in that franchise. So it's the end of an era, like those guys states. Uh, they made Punisher and Red Faction also. I remember those games, the Red Faction series. GTA is better anyway. I mean, technically, sure. It's like, of course, the GTA series would be better, but this was like competition that was pretty good regardless. Even though if GTA was better, it still was like pretty good competition in that genre. It went downhill after Saints Row 1 and 2. I actually like 3 and 4, so I don't know if that's like a weird opinion, but I like 3 and 4, so. Updating for modern audience gone wrong. Not gonna lie, this was expected. Ages of Mayhem flopped, which caused a lot of job layoffs. Yeah, that game was really bad. I think I rented that game at Redbox for like a day. You can beat that game like one sitting too, so. If people, I don't know, is Redbox even still a thing? Yeah, that's not. I remember, I don't know if Redbox is even still a thing, but I remember beating that game in one day with Redbox. About time Saints Row 3 was the last good one. Yeah, so people are saying that either 2 or 3 was the last good one. So once again, like this was something that was pretty much ended like a while ago. I just got the official announcement like today at this point, but I don't know. I'm gonna be sad about this, to be honest. Like I'm gonna be sad once again. Like they had made some great games. The Saints Row was always a series I liked, I loved, but now it's gone at this point. Reboot your only recognizable series, completely change the tone, get passive aggressive at old fans. 1 year later, get shut down, haters gonna hate. Oh yeah, they did make this tweet that kind of got the fans angry because people don't like the new direction. And I was like, maybe you should probably listen to the fans. I mean, they kind of know what they want with the Saints Row series, so. It's shame to see this happen, but totally expected out of this recent Saints Row reboot. Unfortunately for everyone who lost their jobs, but if I can help but notice, this still happened after the pathetic reboot they released. Generally a shame the Saints Row franchise didn't get a better wrap up because in the beginning it was a solid gold. Yeah. The game that killed a company, ashamed of their previous games, too offensive. We must be more modern for the sensitive audience. Worked out as expected. Go woke, go broke. That's what the saying is. They get woke, they go broke. That's actually happening. I don't know. Well, I don't know if the wokeness killed it. Like I said before, I didn't care about the wokeness. I just don't like the bugginess of the game. Like it just seemed very unpolished when it released. That was my main complaint with it. But people are saying because the wokeness factor killed it. So who knows? Some of the most fun I ever had was from the Volition games. One of my favorite game franchises of all time was from Volition. Yeah. I didn't know they made Red Faction, but that was a class. That was a cool game as well. That was a cool series. So yeah, it sucks, but yeah. This is kind of sad, actually. Like, I'm smiling and laughing, but this is kind of actually sad. Like, I actually really like the studio, so it's sad to see. But it is what it is with these with this current game development cycle. Like, a lot of these games don't hit, and the studio pretty much closed down at this point. A lot of these games, so as we've seen Forspoken, like that game probably could have had a sequel to do better, but they shut that studio down. Days Gone, another game that probably could have did better with a sequel, but they shut the sequel down, and so it kind of sucks. That's how modern game development is right now. If the game is like a really successful hit, they probably gonna shut down and not do a sequel, which is kind of sad to see at this point. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Maybe you have some cool memories of the Saints Row franchise. Maybe you're glad that it's gone, or maybe you just want to see your comments down below. Leave a like this video, and so always thanks for watching, and peace.